So hey everyone, I'm from the Mago team. I've done some ConfUI and stuff before, so doing the generative AI. And now today I'm gonna present you how I use like Mago that you already know a bit maybe. And yeah, so how I use it, what it can do, some new stuff that we've been working on, stuff like that. So Mago is for maybe people that never seen it or just a bit, is a video to video tool. So this means that you can go to it and edit, have timeline, have a lot of cool stuff to handle video in a specific way. And this is cool. So this is what I'm gonna show. So to start, I was thinking that a good way to show the process would be to directly film a quick video like that with my phone and show you how I stylize it. So it's gonna be really quick. So let's go. I'm gonna do like that and hey yo, I'm at the webinar and let's go. So I have a video now on my phone with who we're gonna use it. I'm just gonna send it to Discord to myself. Up, and this is gonna be our input video for stylization. So we have it here. It's kind of weird to see it the screen. And now that we have the video, we can go to Mago, who maybe some of you have access. I hope so. So when you arrive on Mago, you have a lot of things that's gonna pop to like help you on what you can do. What we're gonna do to test this new video, of course, is to create a new project because we want to edit it and add style and have fun with it. So let's create a new project. And when you have a new project on Mago, on this project you're gonna be able to upload a video that's gonna be your reference for like all your editing, and it's gonna be one video. So if you want to do another video, you're gonna need another project for it and work like that. So when you have your video upload, what you're gonna see is the timeline on like the right, and you're gonna have the possibility to create a render with it. So when you arrive here, you can just press pause and
At the
see what's on your video. And after that, to stylize it, you're gonna go to the like track just below to start, stylize it and do what you want. And here, the cool thing, because now you have this version, first frame V3.3. For the moment, it's in beta, but basically we will release it this week. So this is a better way to stylize, and can have better results, especially for lip syncing. And this is perfect since I'm talking on the video. So we can start directly with this engine. When you have your track, you can choose different one. Like you can see different first frame because we really like this engine for the moment. And you can have a previous one called styliref, where you can basically use it to have a different type of style because it chooses different way of stylizing. And for example, for the first frame, you're always gonna work with a first frame stylization that I'm gonna show you. And with styliref, you can just input a random like style and work with it without having to stylizing the first frame, but the result is different. So let's go. So now that we have like our video, our model selected, everything set up, what we want is to create the first stylized frame that we're gonna use to stylize the wall render. So let's go. So on your setting panel, when I want to do a render, I just come there. I said like create an image. When I arrive on this panel, you can see that like I'm on the first frame, on the frame number 0. Hey Alex. And with this first frame, we now have two engines to stylize it. You have two ways of doing it. You have either Kontext, that maybe some of you know from like Flux, and you have the Mago one, that is basically our way of stylizing. The difference between the two, basically, I'm gonna show you real quick actually. The difference between the two is that Kontext gonna try to edit the image, like adding elements, like a hat or adding glasses to me. Like here we can turn me into an M style, but everything work with prompt for context. And so you can see the result. So it's anime style, but like it's work for editing, but it's not gonna be like maybe exactly the style that you want because it's prompt, and it's not gonna be exactly the way your input image look. So when I work with Mago, a lot of time I use the Mago engine because this one you're gonna have more control over it. You're gonna have Controlnets that I think some of you know since it's like it's been there for quite a few years now and still really useful. And you're gonna have more settings there to play with. So now I want to have a really cool style for this first image, so I can have a video of me like talking and saying random stuff, but with a cool style. So I'm gonna select a style that I want. It can be anything, like you can just go to the internet and find some stuff that you like, or draw it by yourself, anything, and you're gonna upload it. So I have some still that I'm gonna took up. You don't see the windows, I think, but I take in a style. I'm gonna take maybe, yeah, this one is kind of cool. Okay, so there you can see the style that I kind of get. It's kind of drawing, but in only white and red, so it's really minimalist, and I like it. And so now that I have the image, you can see that we have the prompt section. Prompt, like Controlnets really a famous thing in AI. And you're gonna have description already made from, for example, this image. And you're also gonna have a description of the video, but basically we have the first frame of the video. So it's kind of the same when you are here, you can use it. And now, so I'm gonna grab this prompt to have my render with this style. And so we're gonna do like really simple, like a man. I can take some reference that I've seen here. So basically, I think I'm just gonna take like the style from there. So we have, yeah, watercolor, brush stroke, red wash, expressive line. Yeah, we're gonna take that. We're gonna take this style and just put it there so we have some reference for the model. Here you have the negative prompt. Basically, you do not really need to touch it unless you see some stuff that you don't want to have on your image, because most of the time it just works. And now you have basic settings, output size, steps, CFG gonna impact like the way your prompt gonna influence the result. So if you have stuff in your prompt that is really important and that you want to see, even if the image ref is great, sometimes you really want to push stuff that you have in the prompt and push the style further. So CFG is great for that. So I can push it a bit. Just I'm gonna let like that. Expensive is an important parameter. Maybe from people from like that used Mago previously. There was not setting like that before, but now we have it because basically, as the description show, it's really simple. It just push the style more. So if you result not have enough the style that you have as reference, you can just enable it. So I'm gonna enable it after. And for the control net, you have basically control over how much it's gonna follow the image reference that you have. So if you want to really follow it, you can increase the parameter. The thing that you have to take into account is that the more you increase each parameter that you see here, like the range, like putting it to 1 instead of this one, pushing it more here, the less the style you're gonna have, because basically you're gonna really follow your input. So if you follow a lot your input, there are less place for the style to like come and you know, like have some freedom on the image and the style. So since it's a really easy shot, I'm gonna like reduce a bit everything because it's really easy for the model to see what's happened. So I'm gonna be like that. And it generates. Let's go. And since I also want to take the expansil, I'm also gonna launch another one like that. If there are questions of stuff, Remy, you can tell me when you want.
Maybe, but you also started to talk about it, but with this new image-to-image workflow, what do you think are the best practices for it to get the best result if you want something more artistic?
Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna see the render, but basically when you work with image to image, it's gonna really depend on what you want to achieve. If you want some edit, context is gonna be the best. If you want some style and some control, you gonna want Mago, like the Mago engine. And specifically for the Mago engine, basically the more you have a big output resolution. So this one is the maximum that you can have, and here you can also increase it. So the more you increase this kind of resolution, so the controlnet resolution or the output resolution, the more it's gonna follow some data of your inputs. So it can be really useful if you have complex scene or stuff like that. So this is more quality settings. But for style, I think the primary one that you can play with is the CFG. Okay, this one is really stylized. So if like, please don't be scared. It looks a bit horrifying, but it's because the input image like is a bit of like abstract. So yeah, we have the style transfer to it, and we can see that this is the render, the first one without expand style. And this is the render with expand style. So you can see that it goes really more crazy on it. I see Alex laughing like because it's crazy. And so when you have a render like that, maybe now you don't like the way the eyes are or some stuff like that, or maybe this one is too crazy for you. So you can now play with the parameters. And since Remy was asking like how we can enhance the style, we can see that we have a pretty strong style for the moment. But anyway, if we want to push it more, like even if it's not make sense, we can go to it. And the thing that you're gonna want to do is of course having expand style enabled if you want more style. Having CFG even more high, like it's gonna be crazy stylizing, but let's go. Put the CFG even more and reduce even more the control net. So you can either reduce the range. So yeah, it's another way to control the strength. Oh, I put one. You can either reduce the range or reduce simply the strength is the most simple one. So we can go like that and we're gonna see. I think it's not gonna be good at all because it's gonna be too strong, but let's see. And now if I want to reduce the style, we just do the process again, like in reverse. I enhance the depth, the tile. So basically the depth gonna be like the depth of the image. So we're gonna see the shape in a kind of grayscale way and see the depth map of it. You have the tile that basically help to like preserve the colors and more like detail element of the input. And you have Kani that's gonna just extract line from the input. So it can be really great if you want, um, for example, to guide, but pushing for like anime or stuff like that, because it gives liberty to the model with line. But this parameter we should not put like too much because otherwise it's too strong and don't look good. So yeah, so if we want to follow more the input, we're just gonna increase a bit out of that, like that. Okay. So I'm gonna put it back. Oh no! Yeah, this is better. And reduce, of course, the CFG like that, and disable expand style. And now, when we're gonna see the render is gonna be completely different and a bit more boring, I think. Okay, so yeah. So as you can see, when we have increased the CFG and decreased the control net, the result is way more stylized, and I actually like this one. Maybe too much crazy for some use case, but I like it. And yeah, you can see the difference between the two. The model follow less the input, and so like you can expand the style as you want. So now that we cover a bit the image to image, I think we can go to generate video. Yeah. So let's go. I just want to see this render, and we can go just after that. And so for context, what have we generate? Oh no, we have the Q4. Okay, yeah. So this is the render. So you can see that we still have the style, we still have the my face, but yeah, it just follow better the teeth, the nose, everything. But it just as you want, like it depends on the style. So let's go. So when you have your image and you want to use it, because like we already spent a bunch of time here, we want to generate video now, we can just click on use this, and it's appeared. It's appeared on the timeline and the main page of Mago. So now we have the still reference. We have choose the right engine for first frame stylization with first frame. And now, if I want to generate, what I do in general is just reuse the prompt that I have here. So I'm just gonna take this because basically since the first frame already have a lot of information, the prompt matter for the video, but it can vary, like you don't need to be ultra precise, just quickly what's happening, like that. I think yeah, it will be enough. Up. And now we're gonna look at the video settings of the new engine with V3.3. So let's go. We have the style, we have the prompts. Let's see the advanced parameters. So for the advanced, basically you can find a lot of parameters that kind of match what we have on image to image. So we have the output size, steps, CFG, stuff like that. And the main parameters that you want to see and use there gonna be the output size. Basically, the more you have a big size, the more the result is great. Actually, I'm gonna launch a render quickly because I can talk and have it render by the side. So up, I'm just gonna duplicate it. Okay. So yeah, so for the parameters, if you want quick render, you can just decrease the size, decrease the steps a bit. And you have this parameter that is quite cool, that basically gonna skip one frame out of two. So if you have a video of, I don't know, 50 frames, and you put interpolation on, the model gonna only see, like on engine, 25 frames. But at the end, it's gonna stitch all the missing frame together, so you can have the 50 frame at the end, but the processing time is way faster. So this is a great way to like generate fast and test and have fun with it. The CFG for now, we don't really want to touch it. It's really good at 1. You can try to move it, have fun, but yeah, just for good results, we can just let it at 1. The color match strength is really can be really important in some way if you want to generate long render. So if you go like maybe like over 100 frame, 200, or even I don't know like 500, you may be gonna want to have these parameters enabled to like to maximum or high value, because it's gonna make everything more consistent in terms of color and style if you have long render. So it can be really useful, but for short render you don't really need it. These parameters come like the same way as the color matchment in the way that it is used for long render. So this is the context size. So when you generate a long video, you're gonna have different parts of your video. If you have like 200 frames, cut into pieces that we're gonna stitch together to have like a long render and maybe go like infinite at some point in the future, because like all the render gonna be made together. And so you can choose the size, so it's gonna correspond to like the number of frame of each chunk, and you can have also the overlap that gonna like it mean like the transition between each chunk. And so you can just don't touch this one for the moment, but you can think about it when you want to do long render and have really professional short movie or anything cool. And these parameters, you don't have it for the moment. It's secret. It's only for the Mago team for the moment. But if it's great, we're gonna release it soon. So yeah, I won't talk much about this one for the moment, but you may be gonna see him later. So we just have to go to the last tab, because the settings of the video is way more simple than the image one. You have, because the first frame you can do a lot of stuff with it. So this is why we have a lot of parameters for the image to image, because this is really gonna determine like all the style and all your artistic direction. But the video parameters are more like in a technical way sometimes. So yeah, we need less parameter. So here is I think the most important part for the video, because this is a control net also, like we see on the image to image. And here it's gonna define how much liberty on your video you're gonna have. So this is really important because, for example, if on the image that I choose an image that don't strictly, sorry, I'm French, by the way, we are a French team at Mago, kind of, based in France. So yeah. So if you choose an image that strictly follow your input, like this one, you can use like any control net that you want, even if I recommend def, because it's really similar to the input. So def control map gonna work perfectly because the def have a lot of information about the input video, so it go like smoothly. But if you have an image that is kind of really different from the input, like this one or the one that we generate with context, like this one, you may be gonna want to use instead pause. Pause is only if you have like a human video, because pause gonna like basically understand your video in a like the human pose, like see the bones and stuff, kind of the bone actually, and it's gonna use it as reference. So if your input don't exactly match, like your input to image don't exactly match your video, pause gonna give the freedom to our engine to like invent anything new because you have less restriction to follow. So it can be really good if you want to go crazy and really modify completely your video. I don't know if you want to wear a hat or transform you into a big monster with a big head. Like the proportion gonna be so different that your pose gonna be a good fit for that. So we launched this render with def and with this image. So we're gonna see soon what's happening. And actually I launched it with high resolution, so this is why I take a bit of time. I should have like launched with low resolution to test. Okay, so we have it. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Um, so yeah, this is it. It's just like stylized. It follows perfectly the lips. I think so. And yeah, it just works. Like now we're gonna do a quick comparison just for you to see like that it's not like bullshit and that it's actually kind of work. So yeah, you can see the comparison. It follows perfectly my hair that I like brought before. The eyes, the mouse, everything. You even have the like weird stuff in the background that follow. And what's great is that it really follows the style. Like the background is white, my face is really weird, but in a stylized way, so that's great.
I'm
Oh my, I talk. And so yeah, you can just look. And I have also a cool thing. If you this is thanks to the front end, like because basically they have a lot of great idea in the Mago team. And the cool thing is that if you have a long render like that and you generate a like short stylize and you want to loop it because you really want to see your face, because maybe you're narcissistic or you just want to see your render, like to see if there are any difference, you can right click and click on loop there. So like if you can I launch, it's just gonna repeat the same render every time and not gonna like choose the whole video. So this is great. So for like comparison, so like you
yo.
can compare it
I'm
easily. I can compare like that also. Up. I'm gonna put the loop mode.
yo. I'm
Oh, okay. Loop is better for like for only see the video like that. Okay, now I know. So yeah, we have that. Have you some question from could
We answered it in the chat as
oh
it
oh
goes.
yeah, you have to look at the chat a bit.
So I think we can go
Hey.
with the different use cases also.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
I just want to look at the question a bit.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, let's go to the use case.
So yeah, in terms of use cases, so we asked you like what were the most interesting use case for you. So we have one about music video, so more artistic
Mm-hmm.
style. One about like a VFX, and one about 3D animation.
Yep.
So I think we will start with the music video maybe.
Sure. So I just want to launch quickly a render with this one, with a more stylized one, to show you the pose, so it can run like on the background and I can do anything. This is what I think is really good with Mago, is that like once you're kind of comfortable with it, you can just run your stuff in the background. Once you know your style, once you have prepared all your inputs, you really have this like cool way of organizing everything because you can like kind of organize what you like, what you don't like, and so you can come later after doing like 10 render with different style, different parameters, and everything is like just there and easy to see, compare. So like yeah, really great. And I don't say that because I'm on the Mago team, okay? Well, maybe a bit. Okay, let's try with pause. So what I did like previously that I do a bit quick is duplicate render. So because the setting is really important, if I find that my setting that I have for this render is great and that my render look great, I want to have it again. So like I'm gonna just duplicate it and I'm gonna have all the settings from the previous render. So here I am with the same settings, but what I want to do now, since I generate a bunch of image and I don't want to waste it, I'm gonna try with pose now, which as I explained a bit, give more liberty. And I'm gonna take a still reference that is a bit more crazy, because we are crazy. So let's go with this one. I don't know how it's gonna look, but it's gonna be fun. So let's go. I'm just gonna launch it at lower resolution so we can have more quick result and enable the interpolation. Like with this, the speed gonna be like 2 times, maybe a bit more faster. So this is really good for testing and exploring. So let's go with that. I'm even gonna make it a bit longer. So if you want to change the length of a render that you make, you're just gonna like change the frame there. So you can just put like 60. And now I can generate 60 frames. So let's go. So this is done.
Yeah, and so in the meantime, we have a question from Olina saying, what about the consistency of style in each new piece? So maybe each new scene, they will vary and sometimes difficult to edit together. How do you do to get the best and the most consistent results
Okay.
for shots?
Yeah, this is really important. And actually, I'm happy because today I've seen a render from Jellyfish. Yeah? Jellyfish Fortuna. No, Jelly Fortuna. Oh, sorry.
Not here, it's okay.
Yeah, that on the Discord, I'm just gonna show you real quick because it's really cool. Okay, so do you see this render? So this render, I should tell it, like I've been render completely in one run, like we did, like I just did, like just one timeline. And you're gonna see that on this video, there are multiple scenes. Okay, they are on the same like kind of place, but like you can just go smoothly without cutting when you have basic scene like that. So let's see. So yeah, this is really long render. So this was like 15 seconds and in one run and the scene change and everything kind of keeps the same. So like if you have a simple scene that cut, you can just like Jelly Fortuna did, just upload it in one timeline and do it with Mago 3.3. But if you have different complex scene and you want to do like cinematic work and you don't want to have to take risk basically, you're gonna need to like edit before. So basically Andre and at the Mago team does a lot of like cinematic render like that. And the best way to do it is just to like organize with Mago. Like you have everything you need if you want to do that. If you have a lot of different shots, you're gonna need to separate them, right? And if you want to organize with that, you're gonna create your folder, so like a real cinematic guy. So like you're gonna be like, yeah, film best of the year, and on that you can like create a project for each of your different scene. And what's great is that because everything is kind of organized there, if, for example, you have a scene of someone talking, a scene of the sky, a scene of your cat, or maybe not your cat if it's a cinematic, I don't know. It can be anything. If you have your scene and you want to reuse the settings from a previous render because you want your style to be consistent across your different scene, you can do that in Mago. You can really do that. You just have to go to a render that you like. Like I'm gonna do it quickly. Like gonna duplicate the Mago app. I'm gonna go to this render with a cool setting, click copy, and then go to my new film best project of the years, track one. Oh yeah, no, maybe not upload a video. I don't have time for that, but I can just go to Remy. This was a test, my bad. I'm not gonna launch the video. And just like past the settings there. And like all the settings are there. Yeah, it was a test to like see if everything worked before the webinar. So this is Remy, the boss. Yeah, so you can just do it like that. You have your project, your folder, every one of your scene in each project, and when you want to, oh, okay, you have another question. We'll just answer it quickly so I can go to the other subject. Mm. Yeah, so basically, I think for your specific case, I kind of need to see like the render to help you. So when you have a problem like that and you want to see, you can just like send it to us on Discord, and we will see and like see how we can help you. But it's either a matter of settings, resolution, and how you handle everything, or it can be like a limitation of the model. But in most of the case, if you just play well with the control net and stuff, it's gonna like work. So let's go with a different use case because at the beginning, this is what I was needed to present at this webinar. So let's go through it. So we use different video for presenting everything. And the video actually come from the Mago team. So this is great. We like recorded all the video like 2 days ago to the webinar. And now we can just play with it and have fun. So not everyone wanted to show his face, but yeah, at least they are here. So this one is an example of what you can do if you have like a music video, because what we have there is there we have a dance, like we just move randomly with the music in the background that you don't hear, I think. And we have another shot for the music video, which is a lip sync. Like I'm talking, I'm not a singer, but I pretend. Okay, so yeah, be gentle on the result. I cannot reach you. I'm starting to. Okay, so this is an MP video of the lip sync, and we just have a song that we like, and we have this first part of the song which is like um, talking, and the other one is a lot of boom, 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 and like a part of the music where there are no people talking. So we have this first shot that I have stylized, and I'm gonna show you the results because they are pretty cool. And after that, we have the like part where there are only the music. So it's just dance, and we have there. And after that, we kind of put everything together in like outside of Mago to make everything work. So we can start to look at it. Let's go. Yep. So the first part of our music video was to try the lip sync, and yeah, because it's kind of a important use case for the like music video clip. So when I wanted to do this render, like I show you, I've got to the generate image, generate a bunch of stuffs. This one is funny, I have to show you. I generate a bunch of stuff based on the first frame. So you can see at the beginning it was really bad, like it looked bad. Because this is the way you have to like explore and create. Like I was using this style reference, playing with a prompt, and having this first result. And what is great is that it's okay if your result look bad. You can just iterate on that. And each time I change the settings, and each time the result gets a bit like closer to what I wanted. So this is the fun part, I think, the creative part of Mago. And what's cool is that if I come back to this and I'm like, oh, but back in the time I wasn't liking this one, but now I like it. So if I want to have the settings back and like be like, okay, let's use it again, I can just be like, upload the settings. And now I have all the settings from this specific render. Like just like that. You don't see the difference because it's the same setting there, but the settings have been changed, like I assure you. Yeah, like you can see there. Yup. Yeah, so you have all your settings saved, all your image saved. So like if you have a professional project to do, nothing gonna be loose. That's great. Thanks to like we run on the backend that keep everything together. So yeah. And so I generate a bunch. This one is really scary. Sorry for that, but I have to show you. So yeah, I've tried a bunch of style before finding what I want, like any creative process. And this one come from more drawing style, so I have a prompt with more drawing. I play with the control net, everything. And so yeah, I generate a bunch. This one is more anime, like yeah, anime, but with some weird stuff because I like the weird stuff. So you can see the prompt, like there's some, yeah, yeah. This one I'm gonna show you just after. Okay, so and you can see on the prompt that you have a lot of things that push the model to push things in a abstract way. So this is the interesting part. If your input image don't have exactly what you want, like there, like just cool, like anime woman, kind of. But she don't have like this kind of fracture stuff, geometry, I don't know, like the weird stuff that I kind of like. You can just put it on the prompt, and if you want to see it on your result, you're gonna need to increase the CFG. So if we look at one where we have a lot of fragmented shape that we put on the input, we can see, I hope it's like that. Yeah, that the CFG is high. So this is like that it works. If you want to push stuff on the prompt, you have to increase the CFG. And it's gonna increase the style at the same time. So this is great. So there's this image also that don't really match all the other stuff that you see because it's been made with context. So now we can, with this kind of ridiculous example, we can see the difference of context and Mago. Because on Mago you can stylize everything and have your style personally. But if you want to modify specific elements, like a punk haircut, it's not punk, like it can be anything, not want to offend anyone. But you can go to context and just say that if I load the settings, transform his hair into black, oh I said punk, sorry. Into black punk spiky hair, and yeah, you have it. And that's it. So, I talk really fast, so I'm gonna slow down. So you have everything there, and I have tried some render, of course, because I wanted to see what it looked like. So, oops. So I have the first one there. So this one was just a test that did not go well because I put random setting that I don't really like. This one is a bit better. Of course, the still look don't really good from my point of view, but this was test. Yeah, we have a lot of one there. This one I'm not really gonna show it because I can show quickly, but it's really weird and I can't really use it. I like it, but I have to play with the settings to make it more stable because it's really abstract, so really difficult to an AI model to understand it. But it's an artistic choice, you know. We have this one that you can see I put a green time like that because I like it and I want to see that I like it when I come back to my render, like because you have a lot of one sometimes and you just want to see quickly which one is the best. So this one is anime. It's not the I can enhance it because there's something that I see that is not perfect, but I can show you. So yeah, this is just me like singing, like it just works. You have this one also where I'm a bit scary, but where the like kind of take and everything work. So we are really happy about that actually because the lip sync really improved on the last engine that we released this week. So you can now really, I think, have a better time with lip sync and have better results. So if example I compare this result with the inputs, you can see that yeah, it just follow really good the lips like. Okay, I stopped it. I kind of have a dumb face when I stop the video, but that's okay. It's for research. So yeah, you can see I have my teeth. All my teeth is here. So this is a huge win because teeth is kind of a problem sometimes.
Kind of expensive.
But they are here. And yeah, lip sync.
I'm starting to lose that list.
So this was for the lip sync. Is there any question? Some stuff?
No question.
Okay, but didn't you have some question that people asked before? So I can take a pause quickly.
Okay, okay. To what extent you can have good background movement, and how do you make it better when it's not that great at the start?
Okay, so actually, Remy just showed me like 1 hour ago an example that really illustrates that. So if you look at this video, at the end, we have you have some movement that like it's not just like because it was Remy filming me at this time and he moves the camera and you can see that it's not exactly at the same position.
I'm starting to lose that
Like you do a bit of rotation. And this rotation, when you look at a render made with open pose, so this one is made with open pose, and a render made with def, like this is pose, this is def, you can see that the way that the two understand your video is really different. And for pause, if you look at the video, when there's a kind of rotation, oh, not this one, the background don't move because on the engine, when you select pause, it's gonna follow the pose of the human and kind of don't care about the rest. Like you're gonna apply the style and everything, but not much. But if you go with depth, actually I don't know if it's like that we should pronounce it. Depth. It's depth? Depth? Okay. Yeah, okay, depth. No, depth. Okay. And so if you look at that, you can see that the background follow better the motion camera. Like it follows the background because you have the information on the background. So if you want to have better background following, you should increase the resolution of your input because it's gonna grasp more of what's on the background. So like put the max here and have depth for the moment. We have also normal map that is in beta because for the moment we need to enhance it a bit the way it works. But if you really need to follow something, normal map can help. But you may be gonna see some weird stuff because it's still in beta and research. But yeah, the more you have control on your control nets, the more the background movement and everything gonna be followed. So this is the way to do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go quickly with the other render, and after that, I think we can ask question and we're gonna be done. I think because I talk a lot. Let's go. Let's go see a bit the cool dance. So we're gonna do quickly a comparison. Okay, so before I just have to like explain to you why you see a really big eye there. Like why there are an eyes on the guy's face, like what's happening? It's like what the fuck? It's normal. It's an artistic choice, okay? Because I've used flux context to generate weird eyes on my face. So like I don't have a face anymore. I just have a really big eye. And as you can see, the frame is not stylized here. You only have the eyes on my face, but it's because I do a quick way to just have like an editing with context, and after that a stylization with Mago. This is a feature that we're gonna release soon to have the possibility to like modify with context and stylize with image. I do it in a dirty way for the moment, but it works. So I just stylize there my eyes. Basically, I impute the eyes video, like convert the image to a video and use it. And after that, I stylize it. So I can have the eyes and the style. So like best of both worlds. And now I have eyes on my face, and this is like that, okay? And so yeah, so like the render, everything cool, everything follow. Yeah, and this is kind of cool because like people are from the back, and we still kind of the model kind of understand that they are not facing us, and this was a bit of a problem like back in the day, if a lot of people play with AI before. So yeah, this is really a great announcement. We are happy about that, and yeah, it works. I have another style there. You can actually compare like more than 200. You can have like that.
And so we have a question from Vito. Do you need to use open pose, so the control net, to keep the eye in the vid? Or
No.
can you use that? Or...
Yeah, actually I use def because if you think about def, yeah, no, def. Yeah, if you think about def, it's gonna like because the guy like it's me actually, uh, the face we're not really gonna see a lot of data in the face because it's not close. So the dev don't have a lot of information on the face. So if I like push the style a lot and I say, hey, there are eyes on the face, even if they are deaf, it's gonna work because the information is kind of not really clear for the model. So if I say like, okay, there are eyes here, it's not gonna contradict me. Like it's just gonna work. But if you have a shot that is more close, yeah, maybe you're gonna need to have only pause because if the shot is close, there are gonna be a lot of data in the depth. So the eyes maybe not gonna have enough kind of style liberty to be there. So yeah, but this is actually a great point because yeah, it's like you have to know that, so it can be difficult. So yeah, you can compare a lot of render in Mago, so you can see everything like sync. And this was actually an enhance of this release, is that just everything goes way more smooth in the timeline, in the way we use it. So that's cool. This is a more long render. This come from, yeah, I've generated a lot of them. Like I even erase myself. Like I don't know how I do it, but this is here. So you have some style there that I use. Sometimes I'm really old. Not like really old, but a bit more. Sometimes I'm young because I play with a prompt for that. And yeah, once I'm happy with the render, I take it and I use it. And I have a last one, and after that, I have nothing more to show after. It's with a 3D render setting. So this is a basic kind of 3D render looking. So this is a girl looking. Actually, I have to tell you, I generate that in part with AI. So this is interesting, like with other models. So it's not a actual 3D render, but it's really like the same way. And so you can use like AI that you use in another kind of pipeline and use it also on Mago. Like this is an AI render that looks 3D. You can do what you want. And so I have this render, and I wanted to make some kind of scary stuff. Not scary, but VFX. And so I was like, I got in fire, like running. Okay, so it can look a bit weird like that, but I think it was looking cool. And so I use Kontext for that because it's really good at transforming something. So like adding fire is kind of complicated thing. So I use Kontext for that. I have different one, and I've tested after that, and yeah. So actually generate this one with V3.2. So yeah, I just have some fire going on. I have some where I adjust the control net in a different way, where I have even more fire. So it's really how you play with it. Yeah, some like this one have a less more, like you just have to play with the settings. And so yeah, so this was with a 3D render, and this one was made pretty quickly because I only generate 3 images. I was like, that's enough, that's great. And so I generate everything, and yeah, that's great. So I think I talk about a lot of stuff. There are other things maybe. Cool.
No more question, I think, but like if the people in the audience have any question, we can answer them now. We can maybe also say a few things about what's next
Sure.
in Mago.
Oh, we just have this render to look. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's see. The one that we launched like previously. Okay, so as you can see, since we use like pause and that like it's a really abstract render, we have less information on what's happening. So we have less lip syncing, but it's really gonna depend on your use case. If you don't care about like small detail like the lips moving and you want only artistic stuff, it works. Like it follow the movement of the head kind of. But if you need precise, yeah, let's go for def, you know. And you can even try to have like a big style and still use def. It's gonna work at some point. You just have to play with it and you know be creative. So for the future of Mago, right? That's the
Yes.
question. Okay. So
Don't say everything, but
yeah, that's the thing. What you want me to say?
I don't know, maybe in
Future is
the
bright.
Yeah, Alec just said that the future gonna be bright, and I think it may be that. Yeah, so basically what we want with Mago, I think, I can't talk for everyone, but is to really have a tool that is focused on video and push it for professional, more creative use. I think we don't want to go for just one-click stuff because we want people to have control, express creativity on the way they use the AI tool. And oh, this is really scary. And so yeah, so we're just gonna push it in this way, like having more control, maybe controlling some part of your video at some point. If I want
Hey.
to only, oh no, I have a last thing to show you. That's Alex. Can I show it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's go.
What?
So
I don't know what.
Yeah. So I record a video of a video of Alex, who is the creator of Warp Fusion, as maybe some of you know. And so yeah, so the idea was to show a bit of VFX because this is really a bit of VFX, okay? Because I don't have the level to do great VFX, but I just record a video of Alex that pretend to holding something, and after that, in an editing software, I just add a ball like that, like just floating around. And what is interesting is that even with this kind of really basic VFX, you can actually turn it into something like more than that. And so what I did is that I generate with context a lot of image because I'm obsessed with Alex and energy ball. Like I just wanted to create something great, and it was my cobaye in a way for this one. And so I have a lot of image generated where I say to like, yeah, just replace what he has on his hand with a camera circle or something like that, you know. And so when I have the image that I want, I use it. And what is interesting is that for a long time in Mago, we only like stylized video for the whole frame. But now the way that maybe we're gonna push it further is to like only modify a part of the video. And this is where it coming interesting because now we have Alex that's like just playing with the energy ball. Like its fate changed a bit, but it's because we are still exploring that. But you can, yeah, like in the future, just go in Mago and just play with VFX. Like even if you don't know how to do actual VFX, like me with and my kind of tracking, you can come and now like have fun with energy ball. Like you can just do what you want. So I play with some of this with different control nets. You can push the style further to have more energy. Yeah. So like just have fun. And so yeah, this is kind of a way that we want to push it also. Have maybe more VFX, more special edit on your video to be more creative on it. That's it.